Guess what? It's playoff time. Hi again, everybody, and welcome back to the playoff edition of Coach's Corner. We hope to be here for about 6 weeks, and the John Tyler Lions will play their first by-district playoff game coming up Friday night at Lobo Stadium in Longview against an old rival, the Texas High Tigers, and Coach Rickland Holmes is with us. When you think playoffs, what does that mean to John Tyler?
Cujo is back.
Cujo's back, right?
It's time to transform from the Lions to Cujo, and it's one of those deals that, we're used to doing for several years now. We're going into the postseason and making a deep run, and that's our plans this year again.
Now, we're going to get into the highlights pretty quickly, but again, before we do, you beat NAC 44-14 on Friday night. Good way to end the regular season, right?
Most definitely. It keeps that momentum that we, built up into this game, and now we need to take that momentum into the playoffs and build off that and keep going.
We've got so much video that we really don't have time to. We need to get right into it. May not even have time to finish it all. So let's roll the tape, and Coach Holmes and I will talk over the video, talk a little bit about Texas High, and talk a whole lot about the 44-14 win over NAC on Friday night at Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. First of all, Coach, it was their final home game for a lot of these seniors. I know that was emotional for them.
Oh, most definitely. Playing your last home game in front of your fans, your friends, your family, and knowing that, hey, this may be our last time being out here on this field as a group. So together, these guys, they're having an amazing season right now.
Now, this is NAC's pretty good team. This is the first highlight. This is Gio McAllister running for yards.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Like I say, he's back 100%, and he's showing it, taking off and using his feet to make some good plays. That right there was a pass across the middle. Like I said, Dun has made a living across the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Catching those tough balls, knowing that, hey, I may get smacked up a couple of times, but I got to make this play.
Dontavian Gross, here's the end zone view of it.
And right now, with yardage, he's the leading receiver. So. And
by the way, they've got a really good secondary too. Bunch of D1
very
kids.
Touted.
Yeah.
Very touted, talented secondary. You got a corner that's committed to my alma mater, Oklahoma State University. A big-time safety. The brother of the corner has several offers, and then the other corner has several offers. So.
Here's Luis Duran with a 28-yard field goal. He's had a good year for you, hasn't he?
He has. He's made those kicks when we need him to make it. And, he's had a pretty successful year. He had a 50-yarder this year. So, he has the leg strength to do it.
Nick Kane's your holder, too.
He is our holder.
Did you ever do that job? Were you
no,
ever the holder?
No, I never was a holder.
Okay.
Never was a holder, but I did block on the edge on field goal, and I know what they feel like to get ran through every once in a while.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the defense.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
coming down off the side, he just got to break down and make that play.
And Ike, Ike's the senior cornerback. Nobody's throwing. You rarely hear Ike's name called right now. Nobody either throws it or runs at him much, do they?
Yeah, everybody don't take the approach that we take. We feel like we can attack your best player and give some kind of vulnerability to them. We know they're good players out there. You can't avoid them. But what you got to do is you got to try to take advantage of what they're not good at.
And NAC is a good football team. They had a 4-2 district record coming.
Yes, they did. They did, and they also made the playoffs this week coming up. And I believe they're going to go be playing Marshall in the first round.
Yeah, Marshall got in, kind of snuck in.
Yeah, somebody lost, somebody won, and now they get to go play. Jeremy has been running the ball tough all year long. He's the first 1,000-yard back since 2005, Kendall Hunter.
Kendall Hunter.
That's a big accomplishment for such a small person.
Kendall Hunter was pretty good.
Yeah, and and what everybody don't understand is Kendall wasn't very big when he was in high school either. He got bigger, as he, went through his career of college and now playing in the pros. But if you look at Kendall's not very tall. He's a stout guy.
Yeah.
But he's not very tall.
Not very tall. Here's Jeremy. But Jeremy's just, yardage like that. It's one thing to get outside, but he takes it inside.
He hits it up in the hole and in between those guards and those tackles, and he makes some things happen. He's a tough runner. He gets behind his pads. He has very strong lower body. So he's able to take a pound and also.
Now, if here's a defensive play, he could actually set the single season record at JT too by the end of the playoffs.
He probably could. Because we're going to keep feeding him the ball. Our motto is you got to play strong defense and be able to run the ball. You got to be able to run the ball. We know we got playmakers at the edge with Kane and Gross and Bendy, you know, those guys like that. We know that, but what can you do to control the clock and the line of scrimmage?
Now, is Pierre Leonard in on this tackle?
I believe
Probably.
he was, yeah. He's all over the field again against Nacogdoches.
Chicago is his nickname because guess what? He moved here from Chicago. Don't know who made that play. I guess
Coming
we'll
into
see.
this game, Nacogdoches had an 1,800-yard back out of 31. And, you know, we saw on film the success that he had. And we knew that, you know, hey, this is going to be a good test for us right now.
Who makes this play? I don't. It's off the edge. Got to be one of your defensive ends, doesn't it?
It's going to be Reese.
Reese. Okay, Jalen Reese.
No, actually, that was Pierre. Pierre came and made that
Okay,
play.
all right, okay.
Yeah, he came from the inside and came flat.
Pass rush here, force this kid out of the pocket.
Yep.
And
Anytime you see a whole bunch of blue jerseys around one white jersey, 9 times out of 10, a good play's finna happen.
all right.
Force him up in the pocket, he scrambles around. Braylon chasing him. And he had Tony Johnson out there in his area doing his job, which forced the guy back inside to where everybody else was coming from. So it's a good defensive play right here.
Here's the same. Look at the same play. Tony Johnson, the senior linebacker, quiet young man, just does his job.
Quiet as kept. He's doing a great
Yeah.
job for us at that Sam backer. And, you know, he calls the strength. He helps get everybody lined out along with Jalen Reese.
Here comes Gio.
Yeah, as you can see, he's moving a lot better than he was 2-3 weeks ago. So, and that's good for us going into the playoffs.
Tuck it and run with it.
Yeah. He's
He's gotten better in the last 2 years, though, of trying to throw first and run second, right?
Yeah. He's understanding what the quarterback position is about. And right now, I know UCA is hoping and praying that don't nobody else offer him, and they get to get him.
Central Arkansas, they're a Division II, right? Or 1AA?
Division I AA.
1AA. Okay, they're the FCS.
FCS school, yes.
Well, he'd be a good one for him.
It would be.
Here's
Good
Jeremy
tough run
again, right?
Again by Jeremy. You know, like I said, he not just a speedy guy to hit the edge. This is our big jumbo set. We got Braylon and Pierre in, leading up in the hole.
Braylon Jones is the junior tackle. So when you put those two kids up there, you can open up some big holes. Can't
Oh,
you?
most definitely. You know, you got your nose and your tackle up there, getting ready to block. Matter of fact, this is the nose, Pierre, going on the swing pass right here.
He tackles and then you throw him the ball.
Then you throw him the ball, let him get a little yardage.
He's blocked 2 or 3 punts this year too, hasn't
He has. Been a big contributor, not only on defense, but in special teams.
What'd you say to him after he caught that pass?
I said, I see you got little hands right there.
And his response was, I told you.
I told you, Coach, I can catch. You know?
He has been one of the fun kids I've had a chance to meet this year on your football team.
Yeah.
He's having himself a good time too. Just came to the program, what, a year ago from Chicago? Moved
came
down
a year
here?
ago.
Yeah.
He had to sit out last year
Right.
as a sophomore because he would have probably played on varsity last year as a sophomore, but because of UIL rules, he had to sit out a year. It's a great pass right here to Damian Miller.
Only a sophomore.
Yeah. Using his speed and athleticism to get outside a pretty good corner out of net.
Yeah, that's a heck of a play. Good concentration. You're going to see it better here. That's a tough play to make. You got a guy's pretty good coverage on the play. Nothing really wrong with what he was doing, was there?
Yeah. Now this just comes down to, is my Jimmy better than your Joe? So he won that battle.
He won that battle. Back on defense.
Great play right here. This is DeAndre Williams. Yep.
Got just enough of him to trip him up. That's
Coming
hard
off
to
the
do.
edge, trying to get off that block.
Yeah, kid trying to block him at the same time. Watch what he does here. This is a great angle. I love these end zone angles. Kid missed his block. DeAndre got what he needed to get, right? Bubble screen.
Yeah, right here, Mr. Kane. which he runs the ball like a running back once he gets the ball in his hand. Great balance right there, you know, coming off that first initial contact and keep going upfield, using his hand to keep him hitting the ground. That's what you teach running backs to do right there.
Rick, it looks like you've broken out those hard-to-read uniforms again.
Well, yeah. Yeah. We'll make sure that the new Cujo uniforms come out.
Are they going to do unis this week?
No, it's going to be the ones we had last year.
All right, okay.
The ones we had last year. We'll be in the blue jerseys come Friday.
I thought you're the home team? Okay. Yeah. I mean, I thought you guys were like Oregon. You had a new set of unis every week or something.
No, not every week. Not every week.
Here's Gio. Hard to tackle. Hard to put on the ground. That's a great little run, wasn't it?
But we do try to give a new look every year. Like this year, you know, we brought out the black uniforms.
Yeah, I saw those.
And then last year, we brought out the white helmets last year.
Now, the Cujo unis, do you just put that on this week? Have they earned the right to wear Cujo?
Yes. As a matter of fact, they wearing the old Cujo jerseys in practice.
Okay.
So now they actually have their numbers on in practice instead of having the blank jerseys.
But these jerseys will have, the blue jerseys will have Cujo on the front of them this week.
They have Cujo on the front.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, these are, now you go back to the more traditional look of John Tyler, which, you know, you take the black out and it's more just white and blue now.
Okay. There's a nice run. Here's another field goal. This is Duran, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Again. It's about a 35-yard field goal.
Well, what happened right here is we lined up for a field goal, but they ended up jumping outside. If you look right here.
Okay.
And it gave us an opportunity to go for a 4th and short.
Okay.
So we took advantage of that opportunity, as you're going to see on this next play after the end zone. We gone and got that first down and ended up moving the chains and put ourselves in the end zone later on.
Who gets to sew Cujo on the jerseys? That you get to do that? Who does all?
When you order them from Nike, they sew them on there for you.
All right. Okay. All right.
But on the back of the jerseys, we're gonna have something totally different back there.
What?
We're gonna have the meaning of Cujo back there.
Oh, really?
Have the meaning
and what is the meaning of Cujo?
Never quit, never die.
Okay. All right. Instead of the name.
Instead of the name.
Okay.
We're gonna put what it means back there.
Okay. All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Number and never quit, never die.
That's right.
I like it. All right, here you go. You went for it on 4th and short.
Yep. And we get that first down.
Rick, that's never been done, has it? The JT, that never quit, never die. Has that ever done that?
Never been done.
I don't think so. Yeah.
And the person that went and got the nameplates made for me is the one that started all this, Coach Wilson.
Okay. All right.
He was a part of that project that we done.
Okay. By the way, Allen is in the uniform business now, right?
He's in the athletic apparel equipment business.
Jeremy Wilson scoring the touchdown there. Allen's hair's a little grayer now than it was.
A little bit. He still got the salt and pepper look going on now.
He set a great tradition. All right, it was great tradition before, but he really enhanced it, and the Cujo thing happened during his time at John Tyler. Jeremy Wilson, by the way, with the touchdown.
Yeah.
44-14 was the final as we continue to look at the
This is our kickoff team. They have done an exceptional job all year, you know, keeping them off the field, keeping them from gaining extra yardage, putting their starting point deep on the other side of the field. And that just comes from guys, you know, we got a couple of starters that's on here.
Right.
DeAndre Williams, and, you know, Kane has jumped on there now, and Ike is on there. And, you know, now Jeremy Wilson, you know, he wants to get on there because he understands, you know, hey, this is do or die time now. We need the best guys out there at any given time. And as for the remainder of the year, that's what we've really been having. We've been having some good guys out there, and they've been making some plays for us and doing an exceptional job.
And Duran is still your kickoff guy, too,
yes,
right?
He is.
Yeah, okay. All right. Back on defense here.
That was a great break by Jordan Owens, safety, reading, playing in cover 2. Saw the receiver break into his zone, and he broke on it perfect. I wish he would have caught it, because if he would have caught it, he probably would have went in the end zone with this one.
But a nice play for the senior safety. Here's an end zone look at it. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had himself 6.
Yeah, boy, if he caught that, he'd been in the end zone.
Sack there. No, it's a break. Was that a sack or a pass
Well,
breakout?
now,
or did you intercept
it
him,
was
right?
an interception, but
Okay.
he got nailed.
Quarterback got nailed, yeah.
He got nailed before he let that ball
Who
go.
gets him here?
Pierre Leonard
Okay.
got him, and DeAndre Williams got the gift from him. You can see right here on the end zone copy. I don't really see how he got this ball out because he got nailed as soon as he was releasing it.
Oh, he did.
And with good pressure comes some kind of mistake.
Mm-hmm.
We capitalized on, got the interception, got the ball back to the offense in great field position. Now, when you get turnovers like this, you gotta capitalize on them, you know.
And you did, right?
Yeah.
That's Jeremy, I think, right, with the keeper? Or the running play, is that right?
That's Gio
No, it's
right
Gio.
there.
Okay, Gio on there. Was that a call play or an option read?
It was an option read.
Okay. Here's the end zone look at it. Yeah, there you go. Saw the hole, darts through it, right?
That's it.
So you drive it downfield on this particular sequence.
Yep.
Who we
Good
got
pass
here?
play right here to Ben. I thought he was going to use that 6'5" frame and stretch in that end zone, but he got it to the 1 yard line. And then on the next play, after this play in the end zone, you'll see we're going to hand it off to Pierre. He walks in the end zone.
So Pierre's going to get a rushing touchdown here, right?
He get a rushing touchdown on this one.
There's the play again to Bendy. He's trying to tag
Yeah,
the pile on,
he was trying to tag it. I saw that. He was trying to tag it.
Here's the touchdown to Pierre. And he's the up guy here.
Yep.
They were looking for Jeremy.
Yeah, they were looking for Jeremy to get it, you know. You get so used to watching him lead on blocks.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you don't really think he's going to get it. So you got to throw him out of bounds a little bit. Give Texas High something else to think about.
Absolutely. Kickoff again.
Yeah.
Cover guys are downfield. It's a chance for some young men who are anxious to get on the field, don't get on the field a lot with other to be out there. And they're just as hungry as Gio McAllister and the rest of these guys,
That's
too,
right.
aren't they?
And they're going out there and they're making some great plays and you know, they're putting the opposing offense, you know, in, I guess you would say, bad field positions.
Mm-hmm.
Because now they have a further field to drive. And with the way our defense is playing, we love keeping people back. Nacogdoches quarterback, he has a strong arm.
Mm-hmm.
He zips that ball in there.
And they had beaten White House a week earlier to secure their playoff spot, so pretty good team. There's a good pass rush off the edge. Who's coming this time?
Big ass Pierre getting there again.
Oh, my goodness.
Pierre got there for Benson got there. I mean, we was watching film Saturday and they was talking about
who gets the sack?
yeah, who gets the
credit?
sack, you know. And Pierre was like, I got there first, so that should be mine. Well, Benson said, I was helping making sure he got to the ground.
I'll tell you what, he's both of them newcomers to the program this year.
Yep.
And they've both made an impact, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know, Benson started out last season with us, and then he went probably after the second game because we played Lancaster, and he went to Lee. And then he ended up coming back in the spring.
Yeah, it has started pretty much all year, hasn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
Again, there's the short kick again, but to just know where to run, that's good coverage downfield every time. While we're watching some of this, Texas High, an old rival, Barry Norton's team has always been good. What do?
Run the ball exceptionally well. Playing solid defense. They have a good defensive nose tackle. He's pretty good. He makes a lot of plays behind the line of scrimmage. He's big and he's athletic. Their linebackers are playing possibly as well as they can play right now. Mm-hmm. Secondary is solid, but they have a nice offensive line, and they know how to move. They know how to move the line of scrimmage. So traditionally, always a tough Texas high team. You're never gonna get a team like them that's gonna be down. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a good game come Friday, in Longview against John Tyler and Texas High.
Well, they'll face a formidable defense the way your guys are playing right now.
Yeah.
3 straight weeks, you've held an opponent under 200 yards. And NAC was they're not a mullet. They can move the football.
They can move the ball.
Yeah.
They can move the ball.
Yeah, here's a
good break right here by Bryson Gibson.
Here's a punt. You blocked this punt.
No, this is going to be a pretty good punt return by Dontavian Gross.
Who's done that a lot this year.
Yeah, he's done that a lot this year. He was first team or second team returner last year as a sophomore. So he's used to returning these balls.
He's aggressive too.
Yeah. Like I tell him all the time, you can make more plays if you catch the ball versus trying to let it bounce that one good time and catch it. Everything just happens so much more faster when you catch it out the air.
Yeah, he had a nice gap and took advantage of it.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to start the ball at their 30-yard line, isn't it, or wherever the heck it was.
You always want to be on the other side of the field when you start your offense.
Here's a fade.
Touchdown pass to Damian.
So not Bendy. He normally catches those fades. That's Damian Miller. Yeah. Damian is what? He's over 6 feet tall too, isn't he?
It was actually a rocket ball right here.
Yeah.
Found
it's not really a fade, is it?
Just kind of like a whole throw.
Is that what's called the back shoulder pass? Is that what you call that, or just?
That was more of a curl route.
Or more of a curl
for that one. Play action read, and he hit the hole.
Damian Miller, good job by the sophomore and the senior quarterback, McAllister. He got that ball out of there quick, too.
Yeah, that was a bullet pass right there. Yeah. Stiff defensive front right here. You want to try to run the ball. We got some guys that's protecting up front. When you look at our defense is right now is what I think pretty much every team wants to have. And what I mean by that is not saying the players that we got, just the formula of it, because anytime you got a defense like we had last year with Terry had 80-something tackles.
Right.
That means somebody up front, that front seven is not doing their job.
Right.
Well, right now our leading tackle is who it's supposed to be, which is the Mike Backer. He's the guy that's in the middle of the field, and that lets you know that your defensive front is doing their job to let him make those tackles.
Right.
Now, the second leading tackler needs to be somebody on your defensive front.
Okay.
But right now, 1 is the Mike linebacker, which is Jalen Reed. 2 is Leonard Pierre, and then 3 is Braylon Jones.
Okay.
So that's the formula to a good defense right now.
All right, here's the punt, another punt return. This is Dontavian Gross again, isn't it?
Yes. You're going to see a couple of big blocks right here. And now we start on the other side of the 50.
Yeah. Score a lot of points like that.
You can.
All right, I lost the ball. It's in the middle here. Was that a pass play?
Yeah, it was a pass play.
Okay.
It's going to be to, I think this went to Kane. Yeah, he's going to curl up right here in the curls.
Okay.
First contact never gets Kane down.
Yeah.
If you notice that watching film, first contact, you never see him fall.
First order business, catch the ball.
Catch the ball first.
And then
catch the ball first. So many receivers look upfield too fast, and they end up dropping ball. We had one drop ball by Dontavian Gross during the game.
Yeah.
He saw the green grass, got too excited.
Yep. Saw 6. Here's a touchdown. And that is to who?
That's to Bryson Smith. Good fade. right here, athletic kid, going to high point the ball and letting the DB know that I'm better than
That's
you.
a pretty play right there,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Wasn't that a pretty play? Now, Bryce, he'll be throwing those next year.
Oh, yeah, he's going to be that guy.
He'll be the quarterback. But, wow. But that's just a pretty pass and a nice catch. That's beautiful. That's the way you draw it up.
That's how you draw it up. Throw it up to the athlete and let him go get it.
Yep.
Good play right here by Benson, coming off the edge, doing what he's supposed to do, making a secure tackle.
A good play. All right.
This right here was a play that should have stood. They called a legal procedure on us. But then, as you see on this next play, he grabbed the jersey of the receiver before he went up for the ball. That's pass interference.
Okay.
I think in all football, I think it is.
So you're going to see it here? Is this the play?
Yeah, this is the end zone copy, end zone shot. As he's going up for the ball, he's already holding on to his
He
jersey.
is holding on to his jersey.
So we didn't get that call. Now I know referees don't win and lose games, and I know that they make questionable calls, but then, calls that you blatantly see, you got to make those type of calls.
Yeah, he did reach out and grab a little blue jersey.
Yeah, so that, needless to say, that play got negated because of what they called.
Great pass rush. Who got him there?
I believe that's just Xavier Reese on
Okay.
this one. Let's see. I'll make sure. Yeah. Good pass rush by
His
all
brother,
four front.
his brother Jalen's the Mike Backer too, isn't he?
Yeah, and he is having a great year right now. If he doesn't get a Division I offer, I'm gonna be pretty upset.
Be upset. Okay.
Be pretty upset because he is a true backer.
Well, these playoffs it gives you that. It
Yeah.
gives them the stage to do
Yeah.
that stuff,
But
right?
for the last 10 games, he's been playing exceptionally well anyway. I don't know any backer in the country right now, probably besides the one that's at Mesquite Poteet, that is playing better than him.
There you go. That's a big hit there. All right. Take a look at one or two more plays, and then we'll bring it back because we're just about out of time here. But that's a nice run there.
By Jeremy.
That'd be a good way to end it right there. Jeremy
yeah.
Wilson. Let's see it one more time from the end zone. Let's see the other two looks at that.
And as you see, contact. He makes people miss, keeps his feet driving, and then he uses his speed to go and separate himself from everybody else and get
All
to
right.
the end zone.
Okay. Texas High, an old rival, old East Texas rival. Should be a fun game Friday night, shouldn't it?
Should be. We'll be the home team. We'll be on the home side, and we'll be going against a very well-coached Texas High team that I believe came in second in their district just like we did. So it should be a good game.
You've been there many times. It's Lobo Stadium in Longview. And again, instead of being on the visiting side, though, JT is the designated home team this week. They'll be wearing blue, and Lions fans sit on the press box side Friday night. The game kicks off at 7:30 at Lobo Stadium in Longview. The playoffs are here. The Cujo jerseys will be out. And it's time now to see the Lions on their way to hopefully 6 games and a trip to AT&T Stadium and maybe play for the state championship. We'll be back next week to talk about it and look ahead. So see you at the stadium on Friday night. The Lions need and deserve your support in the playoffs. For Coach Holmes and the JT Lions, go Cujo!